Welcome, everyone, to Stuck in the Cornfield, where we explore the U.S. When it comes to finding a new hometown, two things that are important to some, including myself, are a low cost of living and a low crime rate. But who knew that Colorado was such an expensive place to live? Or that it was so dangerous? Finding a town or city that an average person can afford to live in and not get mugged, but also have some entertainment options was a struggle, but I found a few that fit those criteria. So let's take a look at what I think of as the 5 best Colorado communities for the regular Joe. Number 5, Brush. If you like rodeos, you might like Brush. Every year, they host the world's largest amateur rodeo in July. If that's not your thing, they have other amenities, such as a 9-hole golf course, a swimming pool, a skating rink, and a museum. Compared to the rest of Colorado, they also have affordable homes. Their housing costs are 27% below the national average. Normally, a home purchase would average $130,000 in this town of $5,296. However, the housing market has been crazy lately, so the homes available currently range in price from $235,900 all the way up to $975,000. In order to pay for a home, most people require a job, and in Brush, the 3 largest industries are healthcare, public administration, and construction. There is also very little crime reported in this town. On the last FBI crime report, they only listed 1 violent crime and 5 property crimes, which puts their crime rate at 95% below the national average. The chance of becoming a victim is only 1 in 903. Number 4, Lamar. Lamar is the biggest community on this list, with 7,656 residents. The safer and cheaper places tend to be those with fewer people. Go figure. The violent crime rate in Lamar is 93% below the national average, with only 2 violent crimes and 97 property crimes reported. Their cost of living is 17% below the national average, but where they really excel is in the category of housing costs. It's 50% below the national average and 84% below the Colorado average. In a normal year, a home would average $77,600. Right now, the homes listed for sale run from $90,000 to $499,000. Lamar is home to Lamar Community College, so education is the 3rd largest industry in the area after healthcare and retail sales. Lamar also has a welcome center that is located in a restored historic railroad building, as well as Big Timbers Museum located in an old library building. If you want to see an interesting site that was featured on Ripley's Believe It or Not, there is a petrified wood gas station about 30 miles outside of town. Number 3, Holyoke. Holyoke might just be one of the safest communities in the entire state of Colorado. Their crime rate is 92% below the Colorado average. The last report only had 6 property crimes and no violent crimes listed. That puts the chance of becoming a victim at only 1 in 368. The poverty rate in this community is significantly lower than the state and national averages at only 3.66%, so that might be part of why the crime rate is so low. Another thing that's low for this community, when compared to the rest of the state, is the cost of living. It's 20% below the Colorado average. Housing costs are 64% below the state average, with a typical home averaging $131,200. Right now, there are homes for sale in the range of $155,000 and $415,000. As for entertainment, it seems that people in Colorado really like golf. Holyoke only has 2,484 residents, but they have an 18-hole golf course nearby. For the people who don't like to go golfing, they also have a movie theater, the Phillips County Museum, and a fitness club for entertainment options. Number 2, Julesburg. Julesburg is a town with quite the history. Back in 1865, Julesburg was the site of a rather important stagecoach station, but something must have angered the Native Americans in the area because they attacked Julesburg and defeated the 60 Army soldiers and 50 armed civilians who attempted to defend the town. A month later, they returned and set fire to the buildings in the settlement, so the town had to rebuild. Today, things like that don't really happen in Julesburg. Their crime rate is 49% below the state average. On top of that, homes in this area can be found for as cheap as $65,000 and as expensive as $440,000, thanks to a cost of living that is 24% below the Colorado average and housing costs that are 80% below the state average. Number 1, Rangeley. Located on the Dinosaur Diamond Scenic and Historic Byway, Rangeley is home to approximately 2,400 residents. It's also home to Colorado Northwestern Community College, which is why 19.4% of the jobs in this town fall under the category of educational services. However, the largest industry, at 19.5%, is mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction. That's because the largest oil field in the Rocky Mountains is located close to Rangeley. Housing costs in Rangeley are 12% below the national average, however, that's 46% below the state average. Currently, the homes listed for sale range between $50,000 and $142,000. In addition, crime is practically non-existent in this town. The last FBI report had one assault listed. That was it for crime, which puts their rate at 98% below the national average. Rangeley is also a great place to do pretty much any outdoor activity that might interest a person. One big draw to the area is the Dinosaur National Monument, and they also have several museums for those who prefer indoor activities. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I remain stuck in the cornfield.